Welcome to another Alpha Magnus adventure. Here we've got Grimsword. I got this guy previously. This is the NECA War Duke, and I loved him. And then I decided, hey, I kind of like this guy. I got him on sale at on Target's website, and I needed to do it for like a part of a coupon. So I got him, thinking, all right, cool. Well, at this other Target, I've seen like 106 of these Grimswords. Well, they didn't have them. So I actually ended up messaging Toy Galaxy Dan himself, and he had an extra one he could sell me. So that's where I got this guy. So thanks for the pseudo deal on that, because I did get it pretty much at cost with a little bit for shipping. So nothing terrible there. And thanks for having a second one of these. That makes my life so much easier, because I did not want to have to go hunt this. I think you can still get it on like Big Bad Toy Store and stuff, but whatever. I got it. It works for me. So I wanted this guy for two reasons. A, I don't collect Dungeons and Dragons, even though I have, this will be my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th Dungeons and Dragons figure. And then I also have the the gelatinous cube, as mentioned before in another video, that got lost when I got a new phone. I built that gelatinous cube. So that's where all these are going to end up going. I don't plan on getting any of the good guys or any of the other ones. I kind of just wanted these two because A, War Duke looks awesome. B, he looks awesome. And he can actually fit as multiple different things in my little head cannon of Dungeons and Dragons. Let's pop this all off. So I hope everyone's had a wonderful start of the month. I'm actually filming this a month in advance, so this should come out in the beginning of June, if not mid-June. Because I have so many of these figures that I'm trying to go through. I'm currently selling a bunch of figures too. So keep an eye on my eBay if you're into anything weird. I do have some Transformers coming up. Actually, I just have a Transformer that's up now. Had a weird circumstance where someone made an offer, and I'm like, you know what? I'd like $15 more, just to do the old offer thing, and he immediately canceled it. Like, that must have been as low as he was going to go, because he did not take my counter offer. Or even try to haggle, like, I think it was 120 is what they wanted, and I put 135, and then I got a cancellation. I'm like, aren't you supposed to come back with like 130 or 125? I don't know. I hate eBay anyway. Can't stand it. But it is a necessary evil, because I tried selling some stuff on Mercari, and that ended up being worse than anything else. It was immediately met with just weird people out there. Weirdos. Alright. I apologize too. I always have to repackage these things. My ADHD is just terrible, and if I don't, it'll just be a pile of garbage behind me. Alright, so, and I'm sorry I don't edit anything, because I guess I just don't do that. Alright, so he has the same similar issue where if you twist him too much here, you can see some crotch parts. I wondered if that was going to become a thing with NECA. They're kind of copying a lot of the McFarlane aesthetic in that way, where they've got that weird crotch diaper thing. Or McFarlane copied them. I don't really know. I don't have any old NECA stuff. So let's take a look at this guy. One reason that I did like him was because he's very snake themed. I could easily put this dude into my G.I. Joe shelf, especially once I get, I've got a couple of customs of the Cobra Law folks coming, because I don't think we're going to get those in G.I. Joe Classified. I don't think we're going to get Extreme, maybe a couple. I want more classified characters to be weird, and this would fit. Realistically, both of these guys could be G.I. Joe as well. I mean, G.I. Joe's weird, or He-Man, or anything. Well, this guy screams like Serpentor's version of the Mountain from Game of Thrones. So that's what I'm going to go with. He comes with this sword here, which I think is supposed to go in here. Yeah, like that. Which is cool, because I was wondering, like, there's no sheath or nothing for this guy. So where's that supposed to go? But I think that's where it's supposed to go. Articulation is hindered on this side by his immovable shoulder pad there, but everything else seems to be pretty good. It looks like it's a double ball joint situation going on here, so you got plenty of movement. As I showed earlier, you can move those. It does have an ab crunch, but it is completely defeated by this snake belt thing going on here. You can do some pretty close to splits. Got some thigh articulation at the hip. No actual thigh movement there. He has, looks like some boots right here. And these boots hinder the movement a little bit right there. I don't believe he has a second. Nope, just that single joint there, but that's pretty good for a guy with this much armor. And we've got the old swivel here. Oh, it looks like there's a pivot in the swivel and some a rocker. So that's more than you usually get just out of his leg. And of course the hands and elbows bend. Everything is being blocked by that, which I feel is a hindrance, but whatever. I do feel like these guys should come with stands. That's been an ongoing problem with figures not coming with stands and then falling over all the time. He does have a punchy fist for both left and right there, and then a holdy hand, as well as a strange, like, almost, is this supposed to be a point? I think it's a pointing hand for each one, which is cool, but it almost looks like a trigger finger, which is kind of weird that you get trigger fingers with these guys. Let's see what we got for this. Looks like, nope, you don't have to take that off, so that's always good. Nothing's worse than having to take off the stupid hands to put the thing on. So let's give him this. If you are a Dungeons and Dragons fan, please let me know what you think of this guy, because I'm not. I think this guy is cool. I will put it in the Dungeons and Dragons, but if I ever decide to sell that whole thing, I might just keep him for the Cobra side. There's no way to lift his head off, so he is stuck like that, just like Warduke, which is fine. He and Warduke are both pretty cool on their own right. Tons of extra hands with this guy. Jeez. Like that says also available. They're both bad guys, which is weird because I feel like Warduke looks more like a good guy, I guess, but maybe he's one of those ones where he's a anti-hero or something. I don't know. I did put the flame effect on this. It just took a little bit of heat and slid right on. Hopefully it slides off one day. No effect parts for old Grimsword here. It does also look like, yeah, looks like his knee was a little bit off. Maybe that's why I was standing weird. But he is a chunky boy here. Let's zoom in a little bit. So he does have the snake for his kneecap. Snake here, snake. That's it. That's all the snakes. So we got quite a few snakes. making him very much like a proto-Cobra guy. Maybe he was a Cobra Law agent, cursed with immortality, forced to walk the world until Serpentor arose or something. I don't know. As I said, I'm working in a whole headcanon that does not exist. That doesn't need to exist either. But Warduke's pretty cool, as well as his like demon-headed dragon man. I don't know. Both of these figures are great. If you haven't picked them up yet and you are a Dungeons and Dragons fan, you're lying, because these are amazing. I'm not a big NECA stan as it is. I like some of their product, but the product that veers away from realistic seems to be the better. So when they can just make a sculpt like this, unlike the Elf, which is too big, they can kind of do what they need to on this this aspect. This is like a 7-inch scale figure, and I think he's about 8 inches, because he's about 7. So, but when they try to do realistic ones, there's just something that misses, in my opinion. Now, that being said, they do have some great stuff like the Doc Brown, things like that, but these figures not having to abide by that are in another world of fun. And I think they need to stick with the weird. I'm hoping we get some more weird stuff coming out of this. Like, I love that we got the Dungeons and Dragons Toon group from Hasbro. I have those last 3 on pre-order, and then once that's done, I think that's all we're getting. But I'd like to see a few more weird things, like, I don't know, Conan the Adventurer, or some of those weirder 80s things that didn't really get good toys. The Karate Commandos, Rambo, that kind of stuff. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this little jaunt down madness. I'm Alpha Magnus. These are toys.